Right, today on Kev's Talks, we are going to be having a conversation with Lily Lau from Culture Dynamics, based in Malaysia, with a very, very strong international presence. Now, Lily has been awarded with a prestigious accolade for the best Culture Dynamics Master Trainer, and something absolutely fantastic as an achievement. Today, we are going to be focusing on colored brain. One of my last sessions, I touched on colored brain, and I promised you that we're going to get a little bit deeper into colored brain, and Lily's going to take us through the process. Lily, what is colored brain?
Okay, firstly, thank you for inviting me, Kevin, and it's my pleasure to be here on your show.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, what is colored brain? It is a genetic science that done on the brain, how our brain is genetically wired.
Okay.
Right now, it's been discovered that all of us we are unique as we are in being an individual. It's all because we have different wiring system in our brain.
Okay.
Right now, before understanding colored brain, we need to understand what is ambiguity relief. Okay, it is a process how our brain gets clarity.
Okay.
Right, all of us. Right, when we need to think. Right, just like when you press the enter button in your on your laptop or computer. Right. It goes through a process.
Yes, I mean, it's got
it goes through a process, right?
Yeah.
So that process, it depends on what type of processor that you are using.
Okay.
Right. So it's similarly, right? What type of processor that you have, right?
Okay.
And you are born with it. So that process, in order to measure it, is called colored brain. Colored brain is the one that measures how you get your relief through the clarity of the relief.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Lily, what are the four colors?
Okay, the four colors are green, red, blue, and purple.
Okay, and what do they mean? What is blue? What does each color mean?
Okay, now for someone who is red, right? Red brain type of people is somebody who is very linear, and they think very straight line, as the word linear means.
Okay.
Yeah, and they need to know what is the end results. They need absolute clarity on the end results.
Okay.
For example, in your situation is project.
Yeah, the project objective.
Yeah, the project. What they
yes.
need to deliver, right?
Okay.
What is that project they need to deliver? So everything, the red brain will need to visualize what is the end results.
Okay. All right.
And they need to get clarity, absolute clarity. Once they have that clarity, then this red brain will be able to plan backwards. How to get this plan.
How to get there.
Yeah. So it is all about planning, analyzing the plans, and execute to reach the goal.
Okay. We definitely need that on our projects. Absolutely.
Yes. Right.
Okay.
Right. So it is about a lot of planning and analysis. Right.
Okay.
And then you have the green. Right. Now the green brain type people is very interesting. Right. They are all over the place. They are very energetic, and they are very spontaneous.
Okay.
Planning is not their keyword. It's not their strength, but they do some form of planning. They plan as they go along.
That sounds like me.
Yeah.
Okay. Definitely sounds like me. Okay.
They plan as they go along, right? So they do a little bit, then they start to. They plan. They just get a little bit of information, then they immediately execute without trying and testing out. They won't know what is the next step.
Okay. So would they need the red to help them do that?
Yes, they do need.
Because that makes sense. Yes.
That makes sense. Right, and having said that, right, they are the very action-oriented type. They need to go into action, and in fact, they get work done through trial and error.
Okay.
And sometimes it's like they get it right the first time. That's very good. It could be out of luck, right?
Okay.
Right. If not, then it is always shaping and reshaping their thinking, in order to get that delivery.
Okay. All right.
Right. They won't be able to plan in nicely like the red brain, but they get it done. They get it done.
All
yeah.
right.
And then you have the purple.
Purple. Okay.
The purple type of people has a very powerful brain for details.
So
Details. They are the details type.
All right.
Right. And their mind can see things in details. Unlike the green just look at big picture.
Yes.
And through the big picture, they get the work done. They can't see details. Whereas the purple, the power is in detail.
Okay.
All right. You just imagine, a big piece of jigsaw puzzle, right? And you need all these little pieces together right?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, and a purple brain knows every piece, right? The information
It all ties together,
and
yeah.
how it ties together,
Okay.
it connects it together into that big picture.
Okay. All
Right?
right. So,
That is the beauty of a purple brain.
yes, so we're starting to see green working with red, but you also need purple in the combination. And what's the last color? Well, there's
Okay, the
fourth
last
one, yeah?
color is blue.
Blue,
Right?
okay.
And blue is the magic person,
Okay.
right? Because they are the one that gives you the human touch.
Okay. We definitely need that on projects.
Right,
don't we?
all right. All projects, right? You need human to do it, no matter, right? What machines, what
Sure.
technology that you use. At the end of the day, you still need the human element.
Okay.
And the blue brain person, right? They are the people type. They are very good in connecting.
Okay.
They have that, that charisma, that finesse, in making people feel good, and they connect, and they have very strong sixth sense.
Okay.
The sixth sense, right?
Yes,
right?
yes,
right?
okay.
Their sixth sense is super sensitive, and they are able to scan and know, right, how you feel, and they can scan it if they know that you're not feeling well, not feeling good.
Okay.
Right? So that is the magic, what a blue brain can do. So they are a team player. They will be able to connect.
Okay.
You right?
Yeah. So what we're saying is understanding the colored brain, and how do you do it? Is it an assessment? Can we do it online? How do we get to know
Yes,
where our wiring lies? What
yeah.
we're talking
You
about?
can do it online. We have an assessment that you can do it
okay.
online. You answer the questions, and at the end of the day, there is a graph, and from there we will know your color.
Okay.
Right. We also have the hard copy version, depending what you like. Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Right. And the most beautiful thing is that, right, I can also interpret your color through cards, colored brain communication cards.
Cards? Okay.
Yes, they're all
cards?
picture
Playing
cards. Yes, playing cards. They're all picture cards. And it all depends how you select the cards, what you select the cards, and what you describe the cards. And
Okay.
from there, I'm interpreting how you think.
Interesting. Very, very interesting.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, we must look at that on one of our talks. Can we play the cards together?
Sure.
I think that'll be I think that's a great idea. Keep in touch. Now, Lily, there's another dimension that we've been talking about, the emotional drivers.
Yes.
We're going to be discussing this in 3 weeks' time with Lily. What are the emotional drivers? I think there's 8 of them.
Yes.
And how does this connect with colored brain? What is the difference, and how do we combine these things?
Oh, okay. Colored brain is only about how your brain genetically process information.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like, this is your thinking machine. Just like this is a thinking machine, and in our assessment, we do not include the emotion.
Okay.
Right. So to understand more about a human, right, the emotional aspect is very important. That's where we have 8 emotional drivers.
Okay. Now, Lily, the 8. In 3 weeks' time, we're going to go and
Yes.
dig deeper into
Yes.
the 8. What are the 8?
Okay. Love and belonging.
Okay.
Security and control. Diversity and change. Recognition and significance. Achievement. Excellence. Challenge and growth. Responsibility and contribution.
Okay. So what we're seeing is colored brain. We're seeing emotional drivers. There's another dimension that we're going to be looking at much later, the generations. Very interesting.
Yeah.
That's in another KEF Talks coming up. As leaders, project managers, business owners, whatever leadership role we're fulfilling, by understanding these dimensions, in your opinion, would we be able to operate better as businesses and more successful as project teams?
Definitely.
Okay.
Right.
All right. On the next KEF Talks, we are going to be speaking to Lily Lau again. Obviously very experienced and a seasoned professional in directive communication. We're going to be digging deeper into the 8 emotional drivers. Lily, thank you very much for joining me again. Always a pleasure having you with me.
My pleasure, Kevin.
All right.
My
Be
pleasure.
safe. And everybody else, be COVID safe. And we'll see you on the next KEF Talks.
Thank you.